What is up, Retro Maniacs? My name is Mike. His name's EP. His name's Joe. And we're not here to give you one. We're not here to give you two. We're not here to give you Barbies. We're here to give you 3 cards you need for your retro PC. Check out last week's comments and that'll make more sense. Okay. My card this week is the 1999 Donruss Private Signings on-card autograph of Chris Carter.
Oh, wow.
Get it in front of my face here. You can just look at it.
Yeah, just look at that.
I do a lot of work putting these pictures there. Hall of Famer. This guy is 6th in receptions with 1,101, 8th all-time in touchdowns with 131, 13th all-time in yards receiving with over 13,000. Chris Carter, autograph, on card. You can get this card for 15 to 20 bucks.
Dude.
Like, what are we doing? This is crazy.
No, he's not a quarterback. Mike, he's not a quarterback.
He's not a quarterback. He's just
he's
one of the greatest receivers of all time. Right. So, yeah, I picked it up at the card show this past weekend for no other reason. I see certain cards and I go, I can't leave that here. I have to have that. That's a retro card. I got that. I got a Terrell Davis autographed phone card this weekend, but I went with the Chris Carter. Again, a beautiful card. Look at it there. But here's the real one to prove I have it. On card auto. I don't know. They don't make them like this anymore. Hall of Famer, 15, 20 bucks. Crazy. That's my card.
Did you save the odds on that card? Because I feel like that was a really tough pull back then, right? I feel like that was like a crazy tough pull. I've never seen an auto from that set.
I didn't either. We opened a lot of football in 1999.
Yeah. I opened a lot of Donruss specifically. Like I have a lot of Donruss in my boxes, and I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, I do not have the odds, but I mean, they can't be good back in there were not good odds of getting it unless you were buying something that had 1 per pack so
Chris Carter, great player, like you said. Like I have that list of like all-time fantasy scores for players, and he's not like I don't think he's like top 20 maybe or top 30. Like he's really high up there because he caught a lot of touchdowns, caught a lot of passes, and has a lot of yards. Had a great career. Really cool auto. Awesome.
I have 3 rows in a 5,000 count box of Donruss, and I have 0 autographs. So there is no way that was an easy pull. I'm a little upset. Mike, Eagles fan, former Eagle Chris Carter, and coined the phrase by former Eagles head coach. All he does is
catch
touchdowns and get traded, apparently, because Buddy Ryan, after saying that, got rid of him. But
that's why he got rid of him.
You can't catch anything but touchdowns, I guess. And then him and Moss in Minnesota was like, if you had the quarterback, Warren Moon, Dante Culpepper, and Randall Cunningham, throw into them, you were winning that week because they were so awesome to watch play together. Jake Reed was such a good wide receiver, got no love because of those other 2 guys. So really cool card. And it goes to show you can pick up a Hall of Fame level wide receivers for like 10 to 15 bucks and a really hard to get card, not like a 1 per pack auto or 1 per box auto, like a really, really tough card for 15 bucks. Crazy.
All right, EP, what do you have for us this week?
I have this is basketball season for me, so I have another Vince Carter card. This is a Vince Carter Dunkus Colossus. Vince Carter captured in his element, 2001 Stadium Club card DC2. The crazy thing is you can't see it that well. This is a foil card.
Or something.
Some foil. There's foil on the red here, but not just that. It's also foil on the back. Like it's a crazy cool card.
Next level.
You don't see the foil on either. That's like a $3 card, dudes. You can get this for $3. There's only been 3 PSA 10s graded. This one is fantastic. It's perfect. Like I'm gonna probably send it in.
Well, it's PSA the 10, 4th PSA 10.
A PSA 10 sold for like $22 in auction. So it's not like it's not like a $1,000.
Why are you sending it in? You are the problem, EP.
I think it's a 10. I think like late 90s or 2000s basketball cards are going to continue to get love. So I feel like it's one sold in like 2021 for $75. It's probably more like a $50 card. So I mean, when there's a deal, I'll probably send it in. But like that one was at auction. Somebody got they gave up the card pretty much. But anyhow, it's a really cool card. You can look at it up there. Just a crazy amount of foil, very very cool. 2001 Stadium Club, right in the my favorite era of NBA. When Vince Carter was awesome, and Alonzo Mourning was playing. So there you go. It's my
what
card.
was that set again? What was
2001 Stadium Club. Duncus
Stadium?
Colossus.
Oh, nice.
Yep, Duncus Colossus.
Can't go wrong with Vince Carter. I'll let you keep using Vince Carter week after week because I like those cards, so I'm okay with that now. Just not Tiki Barber, not Alonzo Mourning, but Vince Carter, sure. All these dunks he had, one of the greatest dunkers of all time. He's a guy, like, it doesn't feel like his hobby popularity matches his real life popularity. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe I'm just wrong on that, but it feels like he's not where he should be. Maybe sometimes when guys hang on and play a long time, people kind of like cool off on them, but there will be a point in time, I agree with you, that stuff, the non-Kobe and LeBron basketball stuff, the guys between them are going to shoot up in value because there wasn't a lot of that stuff made in that time, and there were a lot of really good basketball players between Kobe and LeBron. So
and I feel like and I also feel like with Vince Carter is the kind of player who, like, there's going to be a moment down the line, maybe a year from now or 2 years from now, when there's going to be a viral video of Vince Carter like doing all of his dunks. It's just going to go bananas, and everybody's going to be talking about it. Like, he's that kind of player, just like Jason Williams has his every once in a while. And so, like, I feel like he's that kind of player that, like, there'll be multiple times when people are like, "Oh my God, look how amazing he is," and it'll go viral. And
was he the first pick by the Raptors?
No, I don't think so.
No, he wasn't.
No.
Okay. For some reason, that's stuck in my head. I don't know. I don't know much about basketball.
No, McGrady was.
Shocking.
Yeah, McGrady
I
was
believe
for him.
Ola Wakandi was the first pick in that draft too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I love, and I'm not going to speak to Vince Carter because I don't really know basketball, but you could tell that was Stadium Club because it's an awesome picture. And I also love cards with foil on the back. Like, I'm thinking like mid 90s SP would have like foil on the back, and it's just like next level. It makes the card feel special when you're looking at either side of it.
For a $3 card, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Joe, wrap us up.
All right. You guys knew me from high school. You guys know me from all the way back then, right? One thing you knew about me in high school, I hated doing homework. I was hanging out at Mike's shop too much to do homework, to be honest. So I really love when someone does my homework for me. And that person is a friend of the channel, Tyler Simmons.
Nice.
Did he write that whole thing out for you?
Yes, he did. And I shall read this whole thing. Hi, Joe and Mike and EP. In researching one of my Montanas, I came across this Dan Marino Record Breakers. Record Breakers came one in every 81 packs of 96 SPX, which sounds fairly rare. Fairly is the word. It looked like Friday there, Tyler. Sorry.
Sounds Friday rare.
Yeah, it's Friday rare. 3 cards.
Yeah, just go with whatever whatever you think the words are. Just go with that.
Yep. However, Marino is the only player in the Record Breakers checklist. So it's actually more common than a Marino Gold Parallel or Marino Hall of Fame insert. Golds were 1 in 7, and there were 50 in the checklist. Hall of Fame were 1 in 24 with 10 in the checklist. Doing all the research, baby. I love this. But though it isn't as rare as the pack odds may first indicate, it is still an SPX and a hologram and worthy of a spotlight on 3 cards.
Wow.
And he even did the pricing data. PSA 8 sales between $10 to $15 and PSA 9 between $15 and $25, which like a full hologram like this, hard to get a PSA 9. If it's only worth $25, that's crazy. He sent this to me. He also sent me another card, which is it's an ultra modern card, but I just figured I'd shout it out here as well. It's done in the old school style, which is neat. But shout out to Tyler for the card and for doing my homework and a worthy 3-card card. This is a worthy 3-card card. So there it is. That is my card. I literally opened it up right before we started recording because I wanted to be as surprised as you two were. There it is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Like
our
every time,
community is awesome, by the way. Our community is awesome. So
yes, Yeah, every time when I was on a show and I'm going through a box, if I see an SPX card, like you're immediately like, okay, I'm taking this one because I mean, SPX is just a really cool set, like just very awesome. And then especially those ones back then with the full holograms, like just wild. Like you think about, we talk a lot about different technologies and innovations, that sort of stuff, and those cards were just freaking cool. I remember those, like they were expensive, not a ton of them in packs, but they're just awesome.
He didn't even mention die cut. I mean, come on. Like that's so 90s. That is so 90s right there. Amazing.
And, you know, Tyler, while I appreciate all the work you've done for this and you might feel like you deserve a spot on the show, I have to say you're a little too prepared. I don't think we can put you on the show because BT and I look bad, and we can't have that because BT and I are the stars of this channel.
This show. I don't know about this channel.
No,
just the show. This is an EP Mike show if I've ever seen one. But yes, so I appreciate anyone who wants to do homework for me. Address in the comments below, but I'm kidding. But
there you go. Send Joe free cards. Just make sure you give him all the information about the cards.
Yes. And we stop at around 2004. That is our cutoff. So it's got to be between, late 90s to 2004. So there we go.
Right. I don't know what else to say. There you have it. They were 3 great selections, even if we didn't have a Barbie this week. That's all we got for you. See you guys next week. Take care, guys.
Yellow alert.
See ya.